Hello and welcome to an IndyCar Debrief mini episode where we'll take a quick look back at last week's NTT IndyCar Series races in Detroit and help you make your picks for Road America in the IndyCar Series Fantasy Challenge driven by Firestone. Be sure to sign up at fantasy.indycar.com or via the IndyCar app. I'm Jen Horsey and I'm here with RACER Magazine's Laurence Foster. Our regular co-host Connor Daly is off doing race car driver things today. And since we've only got a few minutes, Laurence, let's get right into it with a quick look back at a whole lot of action at last weekend's Detroit doubleheader.
Yeah, a doubleheader and two action-packed races. Some of it for maybe not the best of reasons. Race one, a first NTT IndyCar Series win for Marcus Ericsson, but maybe a race that will be remembered for the accident to his fellow Swede, Felix Rosenquist. Huge accident. The team says due to a non-recurring mechanical failure. Felix is recovering, but won't be taking part in Road America this weekend. The other really sort of sad part about race one as well was the fact that Will Power probably had it in the bag, but wasn't able to restart the car after the second red flag, which was a consequence of Romain Grosjean visiting the wall. The team has said the reason for that wasn't anything to do with the heat, but was actually to do with the way the car was actually shut down and then restarted. They had a booting error. Race two, wow. Ericsson won from 15th on the grid in race one. Pato O'Ward became the first IndyCar Series two-time winner of the year, starting 16th. And again, it was a race which was dictated quite a lot by caution periods. Joseph Newgarden could have been in the catbird seat, but basically had to change to reds quicker than anticipated. Did a good job of trying to sort of stay in the mix at the end, finished second, but yeah, it was Pato all the way with some incredible moves at the end to take the lead. And Pato, who comes into Road America now, leading the points.
So much action. I'm very glad to hear that Felix is on the mend. We're going to miss him this weekend for sure. What did that do for your picks? I feel like I picked really well for this particular weekend, but I picked everybody kind of in the wrong days and in the wrong races. So like I did okay, but I don't feel like I got it. I feel like I should have done better.
Hey, well, Jen, it's all relative because I made the massive error of entering my Saturday team as my Sunday team, and therefore I got a 0 score for Saturday. You know, this is a lesson to everybody. I've become the poster child of how not to play fantasy racing. But basically, we were pretty rubbish, and to the extent where the leading scorer on Saturday, Hoggies, managed to actually score more points in one race than any of us managed for the whole weekend.
Oh wow! Race definitely puts me to shame. I'm very excited to see my name on the top of the leaderboard here, but wow, Hoggies did very well.
Well, SD Speed Club as well, the top scorer on Sunday. You know, he actually he pretty much outscored our combined total as well. So, you know, reality check and looking at the overall scores. Obviously, I'm feeling sorry for myself after my massive error. But the team we cannot name stays top for a second week and is really putting some space between him or herself and our combined scores.
Well, to be honest, I'm not super sad that you missed a race. And these things happen, as we have actually seen in the championship as well. And Connor has also missed a race. I am kind of hoping I'm just hanging in there based on attrition. And now the gap's getting narrower.
It is.
I think I can do this. I think I can do this. The rookie.
Well, the good thing is I don't have unless IndyCar actually does put in the replacement race as a double header for the postponed Toronto race. I don't have any more double headers to confuse and confound me.
There you go. Excellent. Well, so this coming weekend, we're going to be in Road America, back to another road course.
Yeah, and I tell you what, this is a huge part of this is the halfway point of the season already. We've had 8 races down. We've got 8 to go. We may have 9 to go, depending on if IndyCar does put in that extra race. So this is really the point where it's make or break for a lot of guys. We've got a tight battle at the top with O'Ward leading Alex Palou by just a single point, and then we've got Scott Dixon, just still in the reckoning. He's only 36 points behind O'Ward, but it's guys like Newgarden, Simon Pagenaud, Ericsson, Graham Rahal who really have to put in a big result this weekend. And behind them as well, guys like Alexander Rossi, Ryan Hunter-Reay, if they don't put in a big one this week, they are totally out of the reckoning. It's the point where things get serious. You're not taking mulligans. You're not trying to catch up anymore. It really is make or break time.
Yeah, it's really interesting how the tenor of racing, first couple of races of the season, it's like getting back from summer holidays and meeting all your classmates and seeing how everyone's grown. And then halfway through the season, it's like, no. Now it's like every point counts. We've got to get into this. Like, fun and games is over. This is serious stuff. Yeah.
Well, a couple of other interesting things as well. Because of Felix still recovering from the Detroit accident, we've got a new face this weekend. We've actually got Kevin Magnussen, another ex-Formula One driver, teammate of Romain Grosjean at Haas F1 for several seasons. He will be in the second Arrow McLaren SP entry. And we're also still waiting for final confirmation on Rinus VeeKay as well, who, as race car drivers do, managed to fall off a bicycle and break his shoulder. That old chestnut.
That's unfortunate for him. All right, so what are you thinking heading into this coming weekend? Road America is like such a classic racetrack.
Well, we're looking at the big guns, and to begin with, we're looking at a couple of Penske drivers. Jen, can you believe it? We are halfway through the season. We haven't had a single Penske win yet. But Will Power and Joseph Newgarden, both former winners at Road America, and both, having particularly strong races in Detroit last weekend. So watch out for those two to continue, as it were, kickstarting their season. A couple of other guys who we're looking at as well, and these are high-cost drivers, but these are guys who haven't won a race since, respectively, round 1 and 2. Round 1 for Alex Palou and round 2 for Colton Herta. Both of them are still in the championship chase, especially Alex Palou, and I think one of them could be due their second win of the season. Keeping to the high-cost options, these guys, Scott Dixon is the only driver to win at Road America twice. He is 13 points, but obviously gnawing at the back of O'Ward and Palou. And given that we're going from Road America to Mid-Ohio, which is another massive Scott Dixon track, this could be where he starts to get himself not just back there with O'Ward and Palou, but basically in the thick of the title battle.
Suddenly I feel like I'm talking to a race car driver here. Like you're way over budget. So we're back to making picks, right? IndyCar Fantasy Challenge. Rules are 4 drivers, $100. We're on the usual points and bonus system. And obviously you can't forget to put your team in. Why don't you sit there and do that now? Who are you putting in your picks?
Yeah, and I've got to say, by the way, I was suggesting expensive ones because Connor wasn't here. Connor normally sort of berates us for not picking a bunch of underdogs as recommendations. But hey, look at our team that we actually have picked. The common theme here is that none of these 4 drivers have got a win so far this season, but 3 of them definitely need a win. Will Power, obviously, after the heartbreak of Detroit. Alexander Rossi needs to kickstart something. Ditto Ryan Hunter-Reay, and Ryan Hunter-Reay has got a little bit of momentum that maybe his results don't show. And for Romain Grosjean as well, the guy has basically been quick on road courses and expect him to be quick again this weekend with the walls removed. So, a good weekend ahead maybe for Romain.
I like those picks. I think I'm going to have a couple of those guys in there. It's time to put Alex Rossi back in my picks. I'm excited about the Romain Grosjean suggestion. So I'm really looking forward to this weekend. It's going to work for me. It's definitely going to vault me into the lead of the Fantasy Challenge. But there you have it. Thank you so much for sharing your recommendations and giving us some insight into what you're doing. Everyone else, make sure you sign up for the IndyCar Series Fantasy Challenge, driven by Firestone. Join at fantasy.indycar.com or sign up via the IndyCar app. And be sure to tune in this weekend for the Rev Group Grand Prix at Road America. We are Friday, June 18th, 5 p.m. to 5:45 p.m., Practice 1 on Peacock. Saturday, June 19th, starting at 11 a.m. with Practice 2. Qualifying goes live on Peacock, and 5:30 to 6, Practice 3, all times Eastern, the big race. Sunday, midnight to 1:31 a.m. Qualifying is delayed, and then the race is at noon to 3 p.m. Make sure you tune in and don't miss a minute of it. For Laurence and myself, thank you for joining us, and make sure to select your picks for this weekend. If you don't enter, you can't win, as Laurence knows, and we'll see you in a couple weeks' time.